to connect a region of over 600 million bridges between our lands.
Hello, I'm Alma Angeles. We are moving to the next stage of the pandemic. As the world resets to the new normal, we find ourselves seeking the right balance between health and livelihood, constantly adjusting the boundaries between liberty and responsibility. Welcome to ASEAN in Focus. First, Typhoon Ambo may make landfall over northern Samar or the northern portion of eastern Samar Thursday afternoon or early evening. Let's listen in to the latest update from Pagasa.
Lumakas pa itong si Ambo na ngayon ay may taglay na lakas ng hangin na umaabot na ng 150 kilometers per hour malapit sa gitna at ang pagbugso naman ng hangin umaabot ng 185 kilometers per hour. Kaninang alas 4 ng umaga namataan ang mata ni Ambo sa layong 230 kilometers silangan ng Katarman, Northern Samar at ito ay kumikilos pakanluran sa bilis na 15 kilometers per hour. Nakataas po ang tropical cyclone wind signal number 3 at dito po yan sa Northern Samar, sa hilagang bahagi ng Eastern Samar, sa mga bayan po yan ng Arteche, Canavid, Dolores, Hipapad, Maslog, Oras, San Policarpio at Taft. Nakataas din ang signal number 3 sa hilagang bahagi ng Samar Province, sa Calbayog City, Gandara, Matuginaw, Pagsanghan, San Jorge, San Jose de Buan at Santa Margarita. Sa mga lugar pong ito, asahan ang pagbugso ng hangin mula 121 kilometers per hour hanggang 170 kilometers per hour in the next 18 hours. Samantala, nakataas naman ang tropical cyclone wind signal number 2 sa gitnang bahagi ng Eastern Samar, dyan po sa Borongan City, Maydolong, San Julian at Sulat, at sa central portion ng Samar Province, sa Catbalogan City, at sa mga bayan ng Almagro, Hinabangan, Yabong, Mutiong, Paranas, San Sebastian, Santo Niño, Tagapulan at Tarangnan. Nakataas din po ang signal number 2 sa buong Sorsogon, sa Albay, sa Catanduanes, sa northern portion ng Masbate, sa Masbate City, Aroroy, Baleno, Batuan, Kataingan, Claveria, Dimasalang, Mobo, Monreal, Balanas, POV, Corpus, San Fernando, San Jacinto, San Pascual at sa Uson. Pati rin po sa eastern section ng Camarines Sur, sa Iriga at Naga City at sa mga bayan ng Baaw, Balatan, Bato, Bombon, Buhi, Bula, Calabanga, Kamaligan, Kanaman, Karamoan, Gainsa, Garci Torena, Goa, Lagonoy, Magarao, Milaor, Minalabak, Nabua, Ocampo, Pamplona, Pili, Presentacion, Sangay, San Fernando, San Jose, Siruma, Tigaon at Tinambak. Sa mga lugar pong nabanggit kung saan may signal number 2, maaasahan po ang pagbugso ng hangin mula 61 hanggang 120 kilometers per hour. Nakataas naman po ang tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 sa hilagang bahagi ng Leyte, dyan po sa Biliran, sa ibang bahagi ng Eastern Samar at ng Samar Province, sa ibang bahagi ng Masbate, sa ibang bahagi ng Camarines Sur, sa buong Camarines Norte, sa Quezon Province, sa Marinduque, sa Laguna, sa Cavite, sa Batangas at sa eastern portion po ng Romblon, sa mga bayan ng Banton, Kahidyokan, Corcuera, Magdiwang, Romblon at San Fernando. Yung northern portion po ng Leyte, nakataas po yung signal nakataas po yung signal number 1 sa mga bayan ng Kalubian, San Isidro, Tabango, Villaba, Leyte, Cananga, Capuocan, Carigara, Barugo, San Miguel, Babatngon, Tunga, Haro, Alangalang, Santa Fe, Palo, Pastrana, Dagami, Tabon-Tabon, Tanauan, Tolosa at sa Tacloban City. Sa mga lugar pong yan, asahan ang pagbugso ng hangin mula 30 hanggang 60 kilometers per hour. Tingnan naman natin ang magiging pagkilos nitong si Typhoon Ambo sa mga nakalipas pong oras sa pagitan ng last live broadcast at ngayon po ay bumaba itong pagkilos ni Typhoon Ambo. Inaasahan po na in the next 24 hours, Friday morning, nasa vicinity po ng Ginubatan, Albay si Typhoon Ambo. Samantala, pagdating ng Sabado ng umaga, si Ambo ay nasa vicinity ng bayan ng Karanglan sa Nueva Ecija. Pagdating ng Sunday morning, nakalabas na po yan dyan sa Maybabuyan Channel sa layong 30 kilometers kanluran ng Kalayan, Cagayan. By Monday morning, papalabas na po yan ng PAR na sa layong 485 kilometers hilagang silangan ng Basco, Batanes at humina na po bilang isang severe tropical storm. And pagdating po ng Tuesday morning, si Ambo ay nasa labas na ng PAR sa southern part ng Japan sa layong 1,815 kilometers hilagang silangan ng extreme northern Luzon.
Okay, let's head on over to California and get the latest update on the impact of the COVID-19 on the aviation industry in California. Dawn Orozco joins us live. Hello, Dawn.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon
Alma.
from Manila, Dawn. How are you?
Everything is good, and you know, the weather is also erratic. I was just watching the weather a while ago, and just to let you know, we're having polar vortex again here, and snow in May in the northeast region of the United States. So nakagugulat, and it is very surprising. But then again, it's really part of climate change. But going to my report, Alma, no? Just to let everyone know, in every specific time of a day, there's about 24,000 airplanes flying all over the world. That's global. And again, it's about 24,000. Ngayon, it is down by 90% because of COVID-19. And what is surprising is to see and to check where are the aircraft right now. I have cut off some pictures of Victorville and San Bernardino Airport, ano? And just in Victorville, can you just imagine there's about close to 15,000 airplanes, aircraft that is parked at Victorville. And it has the most number of aircraft simply because ang wind doon is less compared to other airports. So to protect the airplanes, a lot of them are actually parked at Victorville. And again, it is around 15,000 aircraft that is parked there. Both newly ordered at saka yung mga those that will be retired and those that are actually in use. So 90%, which means according to the Transportation Security Administration, TSA, it's from 2.5 million down to 100,000. Yan ang passengers ngayon in the whole United States. And sometimes it goes to lesser than 100,000. So that's the impact of COVID-19. Ayan, you see, that's the picture of the parking of the aircraft. Ano? Makikita mo, tabi-tabi, nakahilera, at nakakatuwang tingnan.
So masyadong naapektuhan ng actually all businesses, all ang impact nito sa aviation industry natin, at pati tourism is severely affected by the coronavirus.
It does. Although, like for instance in LA, beaches are all closed, right? As a matter of fact, the mayor actually made an announcement that they will be on lockdown until July. And then he said that his cell phone was bombarded by friends asking what's going on. So he said everything changes on a daily basis. So that is just a mere projection. That July is just a projection. So he said that it may change next week. As a matter of fact, this Friday, US, we will be opening already the beaches in Southern California.
Oh,
But of course, you will have to still consider social distancing.
okay. So new
So that's
normal
the
measures are in place.
Yeah, those are the measures. And why not? Alam mo, Alma, we remain to be the most number of affected. Right now, there are more than 1.4 million deaths. 1.4 million tested positive. And the death is about 80,000. More than 80,000. In California alone, here in our state, it's about 70,000 cases with about 2,800 deaths. Pero still, New York has the most. New York has 347,000 cases and 27,000 deaths. So that's the disparity. Ours is 2,700. Sa New York ay 27,000, which is 1,000%, kumbaga, more. And then dito sa aming Silicon Valley area, Santa Clara County remains to be the highest with 2,339, pero 12 lang ang death. Alameda, and then yung Fremont. And Fremont is in the news, Alameda, because of Tesla. Tesla, Elon Musk was telling officials of Alameda, I will go out of California and look for another state that will allow me to operate. So
Okay.
that was because the electric car has stopped production and it is in Alameda. So today, it was decided that they will allow Tesla to reopen.
Okay, good.
Kaya ganun ang puwersa nitong si Elon Musk when it comes to asking. Because again, the governor from Texas and three other, and even in Colorado, has responded, move here, and we will give you better tax break. Kaya ganun ang laban sa ginagawa just to get Tesla as a investor in their state. And just to give you another insight, alam mo, dyan I don't think you have Uber there. Do you still have Uber?
We have Grab.
Yeah, Grab. What we have here is still Uber. And the other day, Uber actually laid off 3,500 employees. And they were informed via Zoom.
Oh
So
my.
they were told that due to the pandemic, there's not really much riders. They laid off about 3,500 employees sa Uber. So that's how the situation is here in practically the whole of the United States, particularly California and Silicon Valley.
Okay.
So that's the latest. And this is Don Orozco reporting live from Silicon Valley, reminding everyone to stay home, stay safe, save lives. And yes, we live in interesting times.
Thank you, Don. Cases in Singapore dorms is lower than previously predicted. We have an update coming in from John Lord Cruz. Hello, John Lord. Welcome to the program.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
So what are the updates from Singapore, in Singapore?
Okay, case study Singapore dorms lower than what models predicted earlier said. the coronavirus situation is better than originally expected, even as the number of COVID-19 infections in foreign worker dormitories continues to increase. In a report and interview in the Straits Times, Prof. Cook, the Vice Dean of Research at the National University of Singapore's Sosui Hawk School of Public Health, said there were two ways to interpret this. You could be pessimistic and say that we are not able to detect all the cases because of the lack of capacity, he said. But you can also be optimistic and say it looks as if because we're making efforts to separate the workers who are infected from those who are not. That should be bending the curve downwards. This means Singapore is reducing the number of new infections but potentially spreading them out over a longer duration. Cases have surged since authorities started carrying out widespread testing of foreign workers living in crowded dormitory complexes, many of whom are construction workers from South Asia. Around 200,000 workers live in dorms and typically toil for long hours, earning in the region of $400 to $500 a month, building the city-states, glittering skyscrapers, and shopping malls. About 90% of Singapore's COVID-19 patients are low-wage migrant workers in industries such as construction, whom health authorities said are young and, exceeding mild or no symptoms. In the city-state of 5.7 million people, anyone who tests positive for COVID-19 is hospitalized or placed in an isolation facility with medical teams. They are discharged only when they stop exhibiting symptoms, when it has been more than 6 days since the onset of their symptoms, and when they test negative for the coronavirus twice more than 24 hours apart. Those who do not test twice positive but are clinically well for 14 days and no longer require medical care will be transferred to what is known as communities recovery facility. They can leave after they test negative twice. With just 21 deaths among its nearly 25,000 coronavirus infections, Singapore has so far succeeded in limiting the toll for COVID-19. But there is another statistic that has also remained low, its recovery rate. Almost 9 in 10 of Singapore's COVID-19 patients are still being kept in isolation at hospitals or care facilities, equating to a recovery rate of just 15%. Alma?
Alright. John Lord, ano na ba itsura dyan sa Singapore ngayon? Give us a picture kung what measures are in place right now. Nakakalabas ba kayo?
Actually, may iba na pong sectors like I think yung mga barbershop, yung mga ibang essential po binuksan, yung ibang mga stores binuksan na. Pero restriction pa rin po yung social distancing pa rin po dapat.
Mm-hmm. What about work? Nakakatrabaho na or work from home pa rin ang ano?
Most likely po under construction category po, we still work at home. Pero may iba po naman na unfortunately talagang stop po muna for a while.
Okay. Mga restaurants, are they open now?
I think some, I'm not sure, pero may ibang malls po na binuksan na.
Okay.
I'm not sure the specific restaurant.
Mm-hmm. So, new normals in place kahit bukas, syempre, no? Social distancing and all that. All right, thank you very much, John Lord, for your updates and keep them coming. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. I'm John Lord Cruz reporting live from Singapore. We live in interesting times.
The latest coronavirus situation in New Zealand dropped down into alert level 2. Joining us live from New Zealand is Bea Borja. Hello, Bea.
Hello, Alma. How are
Good to
you?
see you. I'm good. Thank you for asking. What are your updates for us?
So today, New Zealand is reaping the benefits of lockdown in two ways. The first day of alert level 2 and the third day in a row that the Ministry of Health has reported no new cases of COVID-19. The government's decisions have always been guided by this key principle that the best economic response is a strong public health response. By going hard and going early, the economy is able to start a planned rebuild after a relatively short period of lockdown. Thanks to low to zero new cases in a day, confidence that there is no undetected community transmission, and the health system's enhanced capability to contain outbreaks as they arise. Day 1 of Alert Level 2 also coincides with Budget Day. Finance Minister Grant Robertson announced that 50 billion New Zealand dollars would be allocated for COVID-19 response and recovery funding. According to the minister, the focus for Budget 2020 is the provision of strong public services and taking steps for the recovery and rebuild of the economy. One noteworthy highlight in the budget includes an 8-week extension of the workers' wage subsidy scheme, increasing to total 20 weeks the total subsidy period from the initial 12 weeks. Some happy news for workers all over New Zealand indeed. Alma.
In the subsidy scheme, are our migrant workers included there?
Yes, sure they are. As long as their employers can prove a 50% decline in their year-on-year incomes.
And Alert Level 2, what businesses are open now?
Most businesses are open now, including retail, restaurants. They are able to serve as long as they follow 3S principles. Serve a single server per group of people, and all clients must be seated. There must be no stand-up waiting line, and they must be seated separately.
Oh, so you can eat inside the restaurant now? Is that what you mean?
Yes. For as long as they are maintaining a 2-meter distance from strangers.
What about work?
Most employees are returning to work, but as long as they practice good hygiene, they also must explore some staggered start times and some flexibility in working situations. And working from home is still an option where possible, for example, where customer service is not a key characteristic of the business.
And school?
School will start on Monday for everybody.
Okay, we'll wait for that update. Thank you so much. Keep the updates coming. Stay well and stay safe.
Thank you so much. This is Bea Borja reporting live from Wellington City, New Zealand. We live in interesting times.
Now, the WHO is warning all economies to slowly reopen with utmost caution to prevent a resurgence of the coronavirus. We have an update coming in from Crystal Ann Ballesteros, our EBC Cambodia Bureau. Hello, Crystal Ann. Welcome to the program.
Hi, Alma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good to see you. Yes. What are your updates
In
for
Cambodia,
us?
In Cambodia, only one of the 122 patients have not recovered as yet, and the kingdom has not reported any new cases for 30 consecutive days. In the meantime, fear seems to have gone down, as the people have come out in full force with many businesses reopening. However, both the World Health Organization and the Ministry of Health last week warned that Cambodia is still facing the risk for a second wave of the virus. If people hold gatherings and do not follow the instruction of Prime Minister Hun Sen and the Health Ministry, as several countries in the past began lifting restrictions and lockdowns to help their economies return to pre-pandemic status, World Health Organization on Monday warned they have to do it slowly and with utmost caution to prevent a sudden rise of infections. Dr. Lee, World Health Organization country representative, added people must adopt what she calls a new normal, including continuing washing their hands regularly, covering when coughing and sneezing, and practicing social distancing. It is true that if we become too relaxed, we could see a resurgence of the virus, as has happened in other countries. We must remain vigilant. The pandemic will not be over in any country until it is over in every country. Alma?
Okay, so also rice exports in most ASEAN countries were halted for a while due to the coronavirus. What is the update over there in Cambodia with regards to rice export?
Um, uh-huh. According to the Minister of Finance, the government announced yesterday that the private sector can resume the export of white rice to the international market on May 20, 1 month after imposing an export ban. Cambodia Rice Federation told Khmer Times that he welcomed the government's move and that Cambodia now has a food safety net. And in this crisis, we must be vigilant, we must be persistent, and we must act together, create a safer and healthier world.
Okay, thank you very much. Keep the updates coming. Thank you for your report, Crystal Ann. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you for watching live here in Cambodia. I am Crystal Ann Ballesteros, and we live in interesting times.
ASEAN in Focus, we'll be right back.
Iba't iba man ang pinanggalingan, iisa lang ang pinangahawakan. Ang pangarap na makilala sa kanilang larangan. Mas titindi pa ang performances ng ating mga TNG aspirants dito lang sa pinakabago at pinakamalaking talent competition ng Philippine Television. Ito ang...
This program is presented by SMC Infrastructure, building a better world. Vet-approved NutriChunks, the only premium dog food with active boost for optimum energy and probiotics that help strengthen immunity. Just like Catherine Bernardo, gawing listo ganado ang fur babies niyo. Listo ganado sa NutriChunks. Sanmig sugar-free white coffee. Puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na! Sanmig sugar-free white coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free. Magnolia Chicken Templados. Delicious, ready to cook and freshly marinated daily. Pure Foods Luncheon Meat. Pure sarap for every family. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef. Ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Walang duda. Kids can tell na #1 ang Pure Foods Tender Juicy. Ang tender, ang juicy, ang sarap. Co-presented by Kubert, expert in air conditioning and electromechanical. Also engaged in structural, electrical, fire protection, plumbing, and sanitary services. Kubert, your ultimate NEPS and air conditioning solutions. New San Jose Builders Incorporated. Unlad Incorporated International. Fight against global poverty. Canrip Corporation, your ventilation and air conditioning specialist. Vita Herbs Philippines Green Coffee. Masarap, mabango, at healthy pa. Puerto Rico Resort and Convention Center, Cabiao, Nueva Ecija. I love Puerto Rico. In participation with elastomeric waterproofing paint, colorful protection for your home. Matimco. Matimco is wood. Wood is Matimco. Our Square Variables Incorporated, your trusted UPS supplier and UPS maintenance provider in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. CompuZell Computer Services, ID card and lanyard manufacturer. Saisho International Trading Corporation. DN Steel. EMAC UPVC Roof Corporation.
Hey, Gretchen Ho here, and I'm a white coffee lover. Creamy kasi, and very yummy. Pero mas masarap kung hindi nakaka-guilty. Check my new discovery, Sanmig Sugar-Free White Coffee. Puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na! Sanmig Sugar-Free White Coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free.
Skyway Stages 1 and 2, the elevated toll road system project, run from a section of the South Luzon Expressway from Alabang to Magallanes, Makati. The Skyway Stage 3 is an elevated expressway connecting the South Luzon Expressway through the existing Skyway Stages 1 and 2 to the North Luzon Expressway via Balintawak. Skyway Stage 4 is an 80-kilometer mixed elevated and at-grade toll road that will connect the existing Skyway system starting from the FTI section all the way to Bulacan.
Listo at ganado ang baby ko sa vet-approved Nutri-Chunks with active boost and prebiotics na pampalisto. Made with real meat, with essential nutrients to help them grow healthy and happy. Listo, ganado sa Nutri-Chunks.
Ikaw lang ang star ng buhay ko. Para sa akin, perfect ka. Ibang klase ang sarap ng corned beef mo. Ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Pag Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef, sarap ng corned beef, inangat pa ng real cheese cubes. Kaya perfect ang sarap. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef.
In California, restaurants can reopen for dine-in service. MJ Ricardo joins us live from Sacramento. Hello, MJ.
Hi, Alma.
Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you. Good
Looking all
afternoon in Manila and good evening here in California. It's nice to see you. I think I need a haircut now.
Is it because of the lockdown?
Yes, according to Governor, California is flattening the curve, but we must continue to allow science and public health to guide us. Now, according to a state website, offices are included in counties that are approved to move more quickly through stage 2. So offices, workspaces will be able to open. Malls, strip malls, outlet malls can be open for pickup. Now, the list of phase 2 sectors, businesses, establishments, or that may qualify to reopen in counties approved by the state include dine-in restaurants. Now, that's a good news. Outdoor museums, shopping centers, and all in-store retail, all office-based workplaces, all manufacturing industries supporting retail, and all logistics industries supporting retail. Bars will remain closed. Now, this takes California deeper in phase 2 of Newsom's plan to reopen. Now, phase 3 will include movie theaters and permitting larger gatherings such as church services. Now, that's a good news. Now, however, Director of LA County Health, Dr. Barbara Ferrer, said just minutes before Newsom's speech that Los Angeles County would likely keep in stay-home order in place through July. Now it says, I do think recovery will be months long based on the tools we have at hand today, declared at Region's Public Health Director this morning at a meeting of county's Board of Supervisors. Now, there should be no pressure in local officials down in LA or anywhere, he said, to feel that they have to move into this space sooner because their conditions are very different from some of these rural counties. But these are, before reopening, the state says all the facilities must, now listen to these, Alma, there is 5 tasks to do in order these businesses to reopen. And it says, perform a detailed risk assessment, implement a site-specific protection plan, trains employees on how to limit the spread of COVID-19, including how to screen themselves for symptoms and stay home if they have them. Implement individual control measures and screenings. Number 4, implement disinfecting protocols. The last one, but not least, number 5, implement physical distancing guidelines. And there is a good news about this as well, according to Newsom. There is also a plan by which the state has now administered over 1 million COVID-19 tests, which is, he called, a milestone. So that is a good news right there, Alma.
Okay.
And well, let's add to this. Let's stay away from COVID right now, but let's go with the showbiz a little bit.
Okay.
Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos are continuing to help New York City through ongoing coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic by donating $1 million.
Wow.
Now, the donation was made to WIN, W-I-N, an organization running 11 women's shelters across New York City. So the funds will help ensure that homeless children have the technology they need to excel via virtual learning. The generous donation will allow WIN to purchase iPads, laptops, and headphones for hundreds of young students who are unable to be in schools as a result of the global health crisis. So this is according to RIPA. Learning remotely under the best of circumstances is very challenging. So RIPA said of her and Consuelo's reason for giving, without proper technology, it is simply impossible. Now, with that said, California cases has now 71,141 positive cases, confirmed hospitalizations, which is 3,301, confirmed ICU hospitalization, 1,075, deaths, 2,934, Los Angeles County, 34,428, and that's it's 1,659. And here in Sacramento, it's 1,183 confirmed cases and 51 deaths.
All right. Thank you very much for that update. Yes, you have any last message for us, MJ?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I just would like to invite everyone again for our second episode for Entertainment Vlog. It will be uploaded very soon, so make sure to subscribe on Ego News PH YouTube channel and all EBC's social media channels as well.
All right. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep the updates coming. Thank you, MJ.
Thank you. This is MJ Ricardio from Sacramento, California. We live in interesting times. Back to you.
To Bangladesh now, the country has extended its lockdown until May 30. Joining us live from Bangladesh is Arabel Pascua. Hello, Arabel.
Hi, Alma. Good day to you.
Good day. How are you doing? How is it in Bangladesh now?
Okay, here are the latest updates in Bangladesh. Bangladesh on Wednesday extended its nationwide lockdown until May 30. The Directorate General of Health Services said the country reported 19 deaths on Wednesday, the highest single-day death toll since the first coronavirus case was reported on March 8. State Minister for Public Administration Farhad Hussain said citizens would be ordered to spend the Idul Fitr days in their own areas. The government would also put strict curbs on travel for 7 days before and after the festival. She said restrictions will be imposed strictly on transportation and no vehicles will be allowed on roads except for emergency needs. He also urged citizens to abide by all health guidelines and social distancing rules set by the government. The Center for Genocide Studies at Dhaka University said as many as 929 people in Bangladesh with COVID-19-like symptoms have died since March 8. However, 214 COVID-19 patients have recovered in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of people who have made full recovery to 3,361. And the total infected cases here in Bangladesh rise up to 17,822. Meanwhile, Bangladesh is preparing up a makeshift hospital with over 2,000 beds in about 3 weeks as it steps up its fight against the coronavirus. In addition to that, Alma, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is set today to launch the disbursement of 12.5 billion Bangladeshi takas, or approximately $147 million, among 5 million poor families. In each of the family members, they will get 2,500 taka, or about $30 each. Around 20 million people will be benefited from the scheme, estimating that each of the families has 4 members on average. Alma?
Right. Good. So what about the garment factories, the garment industry? Have they reopened?
Yes, they have reopened despite a nationwide lockdown here. The garment industry is the country's single biggest revenue generator. worth about $34 billion and employing more than 4 million people in 4,500 factories. But it has been hit brutally by coronavirus, already losing $3.5 billion in canceled or suspended clothing orders. Bangladesh is the top garment exporter in the world after China and is heavily reliant on European and American orders. Some 83% of the revenue that Bangladesh makes through exports are linked to the garment industry, a total of more than $32 billion every year. Some of the ready-made garment workers are still protesting in different areas in Dhaka for their pending wages. They are agitated with the fact that factory owners are only paying them 60% of their arrears for the last months. But the Bangladeshi government has announced a $588 million stimulus package for the sector to pay their wages. It will charge 2% interest on the loan to factory owners. Dividing the sum by the number of workers, this financial package would only cover wages for one month. Alma?
Okay, kaya pala wala silang tigil ng kakatahi, ano?
Yes, yes.
That's true. Okay, thank you so much. Keep the updates coming in Bangladesh. Keep safe and stay healthy.
Thank you very much, Alma. Reporting live from Bangladesh, I am Arabel Pasqua. We live in interesting times.
To Thailand now, a group called Agriculture Conglomerate Charuan Pokpand is calling for an easing of lockdown to welcome back the travelers. Esther Odanga reports from Pattaya. Hello, Esther. Welcome back.
Good afternoon, Alma, and to our viewers all around the world. So here's the latest update in Thailand. According to Bangkok Post, billionaire Danin Sarawanon is urging the government to relax lockdown measures and welcome foreign travelers as soon as possible and turn the country into a safe haven for wealthy visitors. Mr. Danin, who is the senior chairman of the kingdom's largest food and agriculture conglomerate, Charuan Pokpan, or CP Group, said the move would have helped revive the tourism sector. Thailand has been under lockdown since March 9 after the government acted to stem an increase in confirmed COVID-19 cases. The government said the coronavirus infection rate is now about 1%. The economic impact of the lockdown is apparent as millions of workers applied for unemployment benefits. The tourism sector is also hit hard after the kingdom stopped taking in foreign visitors. Mr. Danin proposed the government to attract high-spending tourists from across the world by highlighting Thailand's success in containing the spread of COVID-19. Mr. Danin topped Forbes magazine Thailand's 50 richest this year, and he is among the 20 moguls in the kingdom whom Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha asked to develop relief projects to help people affected by the outbreak. He said the government should take advantage of Thailand's low COVID-19 figures and turn the kingdom into a safe haven for wealthy individuals from around the world. He added, and I quote, "If we begin today, we can become leader in this market. Thailand is already well known for its hospitality, warmth, and friendliness," unquote. The tycoon said he is aware some people may disagree with the idea because they don't want foreign tourists entering the country amidst the outbreak, but Thailand should take the risk. Mr. Danin said he believes the tourist industry will bounce back quickly in the aftermath of COVID-19 during the new normal. He said he has written General Prayut in response to Prime Minister's request for help. CP will spend over 700 million baht to fund projects to help Thai people. Mr. Danin said CP still has more projects in pipeline, including for water and agriculture development. Back to you, Alma.
All right. So, how is Pattaya now? Are there more tourists or madalang pa din?
Okay. Since the national decree was extended until the 31st of this month, madalang pa din pa ang turista, no? The people in Pattaya are the residents only, at hindi pa po tumatanggap ng any tourists.
All right. Thank you very much. Keep safe and stay healthy. Keep the updates coming. Thank you, Esther.
Thank you, Alma. Reporting live from Pattaya, Thailand. This is Esther Adanga. We live in interesting times.
Thank you. A wrestler, one of the youngest to die from COVID-19 in Japan. Joining us live from Japan is Dennis Liu. Hello, Dennis.
Hello, Alma. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
And to all our televiewers. Right, here are my updates, Alma. Yes, a young sumo wrestler dies of coronavirus in Japan. The National Association said a 28-year-old sumo wrestler died in Japan on Wednesday after contracting coronavirus and suffering multiple organ failure, becoming the Asian sport's first COVID-19 fatality. Shobushi, a lower-ranking wrestler belonging to the Takadagawa stable in Tokyo, died early Wednesday after battling the disease for more than a month. He developed a fever over April 4 and 5, but had trouble contacting the local public health office because phone lines were constantly busy, the Sumo Association said in a statement. He was then turned away by several hospitals before finally being admitted to a Tokyo hospital on the evening of April 8th, after he started coughing up blood, it added. An initial coronavirus test there came back negative, but he then tested positive on April 10th after being transferred to another hospital, where he was placed in intensive care on April 19th. Sumo Association Chief Hakaku, who uses a single name, said the news was devastating. A handful of low-ranking wrestlers and trainees, as well as a sumo stable master, have tested positive for the virus in Japan. The outbreak has also forced the association to cancel its upcoming tournament, which had been scheduled for this month. Abasho has only been canceled one other time in over half a century, in 2011 over about fixing scandal. The spring basho held in March in Osaka took place without spectators, with wrestlers surrounded by just a handful of judges in the empty arena. But it was broadcast live on national TV, where viewers could hear sounds normally drowned out by the crowd, including wrestlers slapping their bellies and scraping their feet on the clay ring. Alma, in other news, a 29-year-old silver medalist in the 2012 London Olympics, who is supposed to compete in the recently postponed 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, found a job that would keep him in great shape physically and mentally. Ryo Miyake, a Japanese fencer, is now using his bike and a backpack as a delivery man for Tokyo Uber Eats. He wants to save for the upcoming competitions and to keep his mind and body in good shape while waiting for future updates about tournaments announcements. Many of his training schedules canceled as the coronavirus pandemic worsened. Miyake places 13th in the last year's World Fencing Championships. He is the highest-ranked Japanese fencer so far. He stated that the Japanese fencing team learned about the postponement one day after their arrival in the United States to join the final Olympic qualifying events. Miyake, happily traveling the streets of Japan's capital using his bike and smartphone, a great way to help Uber delivering customers while the job is in demand in this pandemic crisis. The coronavirus already killed nearly 300,000 people worldwide. The International Olympics Committee already set the Olympic new starting date on July 23rd, 2021. This is the latest for now. Back to you, Alma.
Thank you, Dennis. Keep the updates coming and keep safe and stay healthy over there in Japan.
Thank you very much, Alma. Reporting from Tokyo, Japan. This is Dennis Liu. We live in interesting times.
Okay, we just have an update on Typhoon Ambo. Typhoon Ambo is now a powerful Category 3 of 180 kilometers per hour. It has already landed in northern Samar and eastern Bicol region. This typhoon is similar in strength of Typhoon Kamuri of December 2 to 3 of 2019. The outer rain band is now beginning to spread across Samar and Leyte provinces. Pagasa said along the coastal and beachfront areas of Bicol region, Samar provinces, Aurora and Quezon, There is an expected storm surge of 1 to 3 meters in height, and we'll give you more updates as we follow this developing story. Finally, in our news, from Facebook groups to hyperlocal delivery services, Southeast Asia's street food chefs are cooking up creative ways to sell their wares as they struggle to survive during the coronavirus pandemic. The region is known for exotic treats. Take a look.
Encouraging a lot of like younger hawkers, tech savvy, and not even younger hawkers, but even customers who have become friends with the hawkers. So I think encourage them to help them to set up something, set up a post, and set up a group. So some of them do it, and it actually helps the hawkers some of the sales.
The first priority is we don't have to let our people go. They can get their salary, but that is the first point. But another thing is about help people around here, because we don't want to reopen this once again hostel in the middle of nothing.
And that is the latest news in the Southeast Asian nations. Stay updated about the ASEAN region. I'm Alma Angeles. We live in interesting times.